According to some estimate, there are roughly 4,200 religions in the world, which include Islam, Buddhism, Judaism, Sikhism, Hinduism, and a whole bunch of religions you probably didn't know about. Why is Christianity unique? What makes Christianity different? Find out.
Feeling guilt and feeling shame, I just call on Jesus' name, praying daily. Can you take away this pain? Take the thorn away, still it remains.
Very simply put, grace, Jesus, resurrection. Now, religion subscribes to a system of works of those who should do and those who should avoid, which will make us good enough to please God or some gods and merit his or their favors, and that will lead to our salvation. Islam teaches that all people are sinners, 1661 of the Quran, and that salvation can be attained through observing what is known as the 5 pillars of Islam, which include the belief that Allah is the one and only God and that Muhammad is his messenger, performing the 5 daily prayers, fasting through the month of Ramadan, charity giving to the poor, the pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in a lifetime, if affordable. According to the Buddhist belief system, escaping from suffering is possible for one who follows the 4 noble truths, which include the nature of existence is suffering. Suffering is caused by desire or thirst to experience existence. The cause of suffering is craving and fundamental ignorance. Suffering can end because our observations can be purified and awakened mind is always available to us, following the Eightfold Path, which include living aesthetically, practicing meditation, and developing wisdom. Hindus believe that the way to attain liberation requires devotion, moral perfection, knowledge of the vision. So these religious beliefs basically claim that salvation is received by your good works, which is contradictory because of the fact that no one is good and no one is perfect. We do bad every day. So in reality, according to their belief system, they will not inherit salvation because good doesn't portray the nature of humanity. In Christianity, you do not earn your salvation, which is impossible because humanity has a nature of good and evil, which is limited to sin. Salvation can only be received by faith alone through Jesus Christ. Grace that is sufficient to all that desire. Jesus was very unique in speech compared to any recorded religious leader, which include Muhammad, Buddha, Confucius, and a whole bunch of other religious leaders. He was very unique in speech compared to any past or present politician, which include Donald Trump, Obama, Kim Jong-un, Bashar al-Assad, and a whole bunch of politicians. His claims were so shocking to those who heard, which was part of the reason that led religious leaders to hate him and plot to kill him. He claimed to be co-equal with God. He said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." He claimed to forgive sins. He claimed to be the only way to God. He claimed to give everlasting life. The reason why secular religious leaders or politicians do not make such claims is the very fact that you cannot claim what you are not. His claims portrayed his character. The resurrection. We cannot have the resurrection without the crucifixion, and we have very good and reliable sources we can look at that prove the crucifixion, which include Christian and non-Christian historians, eyewitnesses, testimonies, and embarrassing details. Greek historians agree that Jesus was crucified. Roman historians agree that Jesus was crucified. Pagan historians agree that Jesus was crucified. Jewish historians agree that Jesus was crucified. But surprisingly, Islam historians and Islam documents disagree to this historical fact. Islam claims that someone was crucified and it was made to seem it was him, though it was in Surah 4:157. Muslim critics still use this claim even though it's refuted by all good and reliable sources. All religious leaders died. Jesus is still alive today because he resurrected. Christianity is proof of the resurrection, because if Jesus hadn't resurrected, then the concept of Christianity wouldn't exist today, because that's where it all started. We have eyewitness testimonies that contributed to the Bible we can look at that prove the resurrection of Jesus Christ. We can also look at embarrassing details. When Jesus died, his disciples, which were men, ran away, and the women were brave as sticked around. Now, if they made up everything, they were not going to mention such embarrassing details. They could have just said something like, the woman ran away, we stayed around, and we were there to comfort the woman, and something like that. All of the apostles of Jesus Christ died because of their faith. Not the betrayer, of course. Paul was beheaded. Peter was crucified upside down in Rome. Andrew was also crucified. Thomas was pierced with a spear. Matthew was stabbed. Bartholomew died as a martyr. James was stoned, then clubbed to death. Simon and Zealot were killed after refusing to sacrifice to the sun god. Matthias, who replaced Judas, was burnt. John was cast in boiling oil in Rome and survived, and then later died peacefully in Patmos, where he contributed to the book of Revelation. Why would this man die for a lie? There is more proof on the resurrection of Jesus Christ that we cannot look at today. But if you disagree on the resurrection of Jesus Christ, then show me his body. Christianity is a highly exalted relationship with God, very unique to all of the world's belief systems. The only way to be saved is through Jesus Christ. My name is Jean Preacher, and God bless you.
Elephants in the room. Sunday morning, I woke up dead inside from all the hurt I saw before me. Evil trying to take away my testimony. Staring at my phone, feeling like a phony. Oh, I cry for you, I would die for you, to escape the pain I feel from all that I've been through.